We open with a girl in a strange place, hearing a voice pleading for her to become their goddess of wisdom. We then transition to years later. She's now sitting on a bench outside the hospital. She approaches a man, greeting him with, "It's been a while." Turns out, she saved his life 2 years ago when he tripped, catching him just in time. She asks him to remember her favour, comparing him to a goat and thinking to herself, "This is love at first sight." Cutting back, she introduces herself as 𝕋𝕚𝕟𝕥 Kotoko and asks about Kuro breaking up with his girlfriend. She casually drops that she found out from the nurses talking about their relationship. Kotoko admits she still doesn't know the full situation regarding his cousin or why she's in hospital, but she brushes that aside and gets straight to the point, suggesting he should start over with someone new. Her specifically. She confesses she's been waiting 2 years for this. She then asks why they broke up. Kuro explains that one night, while walking by the river with his girlfriend, a kappa emerged from the water. His girlfriend clung to him in terror. But Kuro? He didn't even flinch. Instead, the kappa ran away from him. His girlfriend, Saki, wasn't scared of the kappa. She was scared of him. Kuro tries to dismiss it, saying yokai don't exist. But Kotoko isn't buying it. She outright says that she knows they exist. In fact, there are more than just kappas. And they're all whispering to her about how terrifying he is. She reveals she was kidnapped for 2 weeks when she was 11, taken by yokai who begged her to become their goddess of wisdom. She agreed. She tells Kuro to look up an old newspaper. There was a report of a girl who went missing, but was later found sitting on a park bench, except her left leg had been severed and her right eye had been gouged out. Kotoko leaves on a bus, but as she does, we see a yokai lurking behind her, clearly scared of him. Another yokai mentions that a creature is still in the library, and Kotoko declares that with Kuro's help, they can get rid of it. We get a flashback of Kotoko in the hospital, revealing the price she paid to become a god. Kuro reads a newspaper article about her disappearance. Meanwhile, Kotoko is approached by another yokai, asking for help. She ropes Kuro into it, guilting him into assisting her. They head to the library, where Kuro carries her up the stairs. The warrior spirit from earlier is on the ground, clearly having been defeated. Kotoko realizes that the yokai they're dealing with is in a state of pure panic. Too far gone for negotiation. They'll have to use force. She sprays it with a fire extinguisher, but it does nothing. Then Kuro puts her down, holds her close, and extends his arm.
I guess my flesh really is poisonous to them.
Who are you, really?
When I was just 11, I consumed 2 different kinds of yokai flesh. All I could eat.
Kotoko and Kuro meet up at the hospital, and despite what happened, Kuro is totally fine. He explains that the flesh of a mermaid heals him, but another yokai he ate nullifies the other effects. He doesn't elaborate further. Instead, Kotoko asks for a favour. She wants him to come with her to meet the serpent, but he refuses. Cut to Kotoko at the swamp, meeting with the serpent, a being who once worshipped as a water god. She's still grumpy about Kuro not coming along. Flashback to earlier, she tracked him down, saying this was urgent. Kuro gives her some soup and meatballs, and sends her on her way. Back at the swamp, Kuro is watching from a distance. The serpent is confused. There's a murdered body in the swamp. Kotoko explains the situation. A body was found in the water with multiple stab wounds. The victim was identified immediately, and soon after, a woman confessed to the killing. But the serpent is skeptical. It saw her dump the body in the swamp, but she never tried to hide it. In fact, she even said, "I hope they find you." That phrasing doesn't sit right with the serpent, nor does the false confession. Kotoko pieces it together. 5 years ago, the woman had a boyfriend who was found dead in a double suicide with another woman. The reason? He had embezzled a ton of money from work. The woman moved back from home, but one day a man showed up at her door, apologizing. He was a real thief. He had stolen the money and murdered her boyfriend. Racked with guilt, he came to confess. Before he did, he tried calling the victim's younger brother, but never got through. So, she killed him. Moving the body was easy. She just took his wallet and belongings to make it easier for the serpent to eat him. But the police kept searching for the knife she claimed she threw in the river. Kuro asked the serpent if she'd done anything else, but it doesn't know. She suggests that the confession was a cover-up. When the real killer said he would visit, the woman spoke with the younger brother. But when the killer actually confessed, the brother lashed out and murdered him instead. They threw the body into the swamp for 3 reasons: to get rid of the fingerprints, to provide an alibi, and to summon rain to wash away the evidence. The woman thought the serpent would get angry and make it rain, erasing any trace of the crime, but the serpent still isn't satisfied. That phrasing, "I hope they find you," still sticks out. If anyone overheard, it was just another person was involved. Kotoko believes everything, except for the woman's reasoning about the swamp. As for the real truth, well, that's a story for another time. I've never been too into murder mysteries, especially in anime, but it turns out if you throw the supernatural and a cute girl with amazing chemistry, you've got my attention. Speaking of Kotoko, she's a fantastic main character. She's confident, cheeky, and honestly a breath of fresh air compared to so many other anime heroines. She's one of the best well-written female leads out there. She's not overly sexualized, nor is she some kind of Mary Sue. The way she interacts with Kuro is really well and what sells it for me. She's direct about her feelings and what she wants, but it never feels forced or annoying. The dynamic is easily one of the biggest reasons to keep watching. Kuro on the other hand plays his mysterious role perfectly. At first we don't fully understand his powers, but that just adds to the intrigue. And unlike a lot of mysterious male leads, he's not some boring blank slate or an overly edgy tryhard. They actually have depth, which makes him way more interesting. If I have one complaint though, it's that after episode 2, the pacing can drag at times. The story has moments where it slows down more than it needs to, but luckily for us, this isn't just a detective show. There's a lot more going on beneath the surface. Speaking of more, if you want more videos like this, make sure to check out the anime playlist down below. And while you're there, why not like and subscribe? It helps me out a ton. With that being said, thank you to all my supporters, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.